And he wants some as well.
Bianca Belair reacts to Rhea Ripley signing contract for title match on WWE RAW. Bianca Belair sent a message to Rhea Ripley after she interrupted the contract signing on the March 17 episode of WWE RAW. Belair and WWE Women's World Champion Io Sky were set to sign the contract for their title match at WrestleMania 41 on the March 17 episode of WWE RAW. Rhea Ripley wound up getting involved, and she signed the contract. RAW General Manager Pearce later argued with Ripley and noted that this wasn't how signings worked. In a tweet, Bianca Belair commented on Ripley's actions and sent her a warning. He said I didn't. Childish. Someone please explain to her how a contract works. Or, does someone else wanna come out next week, sign a contract that doesn't have their name on it, and make it a fatal four-way while we're at it? Stay out of my business, Belair wrote. Rhea Ripley also commented on the situation. She simply shared a clip of her argument with Pearce and wrote, "Make it official." Rhea Ripley has spent much of the last year as the #1 babyface in the women's division within WWE, with the promotion listening to the increasingly positive reactions to the multi-champion and pulling the trigger on a run as a babyface. However, recent weeks have seen a strange change in the trajectory of Ripley's booking, and in many ways it seems as though WWE is turning her heel. It isn't entirely clear if WWE is actually trying a slow burn turn for Rhea Ripley ahead of WrestleMania 41, but they are certainly dangerously close to making that a reality, and we will take a look as to why that is the case. When looking at the potential heel turn that may be about to happen, it is important to look at the path Rhea Ripley has taken in recent months. Her initial chase of the women's world title and her feud with Liv Morgan saw Ripley got massively over, but as that storyline dragged on and Ripley's character failed to really develop, she began to feel a little flat and repetitive. Running out, beating people up, being protected in defeat, and winning in dominant fashion made up pretty much every week for her. When Ripley finally defeated Morgan at Raw's Netflix premiere, fans were excited for a new and fresh start for Ripley, but instead things have limped along. It wasn't long until Ripley lost the Women's World Championship to Io Sky, and it was a very welcome move that fans were overjoyed about, as Ripley's time as champion wasn't particularly setting the world alight. As Ripley's popularity has dropped overall, her personality has begun to change a little, finding a little more attitude, but not in a fun or likable way like she was as a cool heel previously in the Judgment Day, but instead as an unlikable, uncool crybaby. Rhea Ripley was cocky as she handed Io Sky a title match, and this came back to bite her as a simple but innocent distraction from Elimination Chamber winner Bianca Belair led to her losing the championship in a shocking title change. A backstage promo on post-Raw suggested that Ripley was set to find some more depth in her character, blaming herself for taking her eye off the ball. However, WWE didn't follow this narrative, and the next week she came out whining and complaining, making excuses for losing the championship. Ripley's promo segment with Io Sky and Bianca Belair did not make her look likable in the slightest. This wasn't a one-off, as the following week's episode of Raw in Brussels, Belgium saw this personality change continue. She interrupted the contract signing between Belair and Sky for WrestleMania 41, once again complaining about losing her title and throwing out childish insults. She stole the contract and signed it, only to get reprimanded and shouted at like a child by Raw General Manager Pearce. To make things worse, Ripley responded like a child too, repeating herself and being stubborn. This wasn't a cool or funny character trait, as it instead just made her look weird, immature, and lacking all the badass aura she'd been building up. If Ripley continues down this route, then the fans will start turning against her. It isn't quite clear right now if WWE is doing this by design and gradually turning Ripley heel, or if they are simply just misjudging her character and the way they are presenting her. Either way, she is very, very close to entering the heel side of the fence, with one foot firmly over in recent weeks. It would certainly be a weird direction for WWE to go in considering she has been so strong and over as a babyface, and especially since she hasn't been a good guy for all too long. On the other hand, she has been pretty bland and lacking in a distinct character, so this might be the best thing for her. WWE must cement her position though, so as to not confuse fans in the lead up to WrestleMania 41.
Naomi confesses the truth to Bianca Belair on SmackDown. After weeks of speculation, Naomi has finally confessed that she has attacked Jade Cargill mysteriously. She claimed, "I did it," in front of Bianca Belair, leaving Belair heartbroken and breaking her trust. On March 7, 2025, in SmackDown Edition, the Women's Elimination Champion was seen leaving the stage in tears after she was betrayed by Naomi, who has turned heel after the Elimination Chamber PLE. Naomi tried to explain her as she was leaving in tears. But when Belair refused to listen to her explanation, Naomi called her an ungrateful B***tch. In the meantime, Jade Cargill arrived in the arena. The Storm wasted no time and headed straight towards the ring and chased Naomi to the outside as she tried to escape. But Cargill got to her and began beating her down. Following Naomi's confession, Liv Morgan posted a series of tweets on her X handle and called out Bianca Belair. The current Women's Tag Team Champion demanded an apology from Bianca Belair for framing Morgan without evidence and claiming previously that she attacked Jade Cargill. Morgan also called out Naomi for lying all this time and falsely accusing her and Rodriguez. She also wondered out loud what Cargill was doing before she was attacked by Naomi. She wrote, "I always wondered WTF Jade was even doing to get pushed like that." Nevertheless, Morgan mentioned and remembered that she was still living a tremendous life as a record-breaking three-time tag team champion. It will be interesting to see a clash between Naomi and Jade Cargill at the upcoming WWE event. Nevertheless, Morgan mentioned and remembered that she was still living a tremendous life as a record-breaking three-time tag team champion. It will be interesting to see a clash between Naomi and Jade Cargill at the upcoming WWE event. Jade Cargill opens up about Naomi attacking her on WWE SmackDown. Jade Cargill made her first public comments about her return on WWE SmackDown. Cargill was taken out when she was attacked backstage in November. She returned at WWE Elimination Chamber and attacked Naomi. After Naomi confessed to attacking her the following week on SmackDown, Cargill came out and laid her out again. Jade Cargill had an interview with Kathy Kelly on the March 14 episode of WWE SmackDown, and she discussed her return. She said that she was ready to go physically. Cargill also dismissed Naomi's claim that she was using Belair, as she said that she didn't need to use anyone. She was asked about getting attacked, and she revealed that she saw Naomi running away. Cargill then said that Naomi didn't just hurt her physically, as she attacked her integrity and her heart. Cargill then said that she had to take matters into her own hands when she saw Bianca Belair team up with Naomi as if nothing happened. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez interrupted, as Morgan noted that they had falsely been accused of the attack. Cargill fired back by saying that the duo would not have won the titles if she was around. She then challenged Morgan to a match on the March 21 episode of WWE SmackDown. Jade Cargill's attacker confesses to her crime on WWE SmackDown. Jade Cargill's mystery attacker confessed to their crime and felt the wrath of the Storm of WWE. Jade Cargill was at the top of her game in her first year in WWE. However, in November 2024, Cargill's moment was derailed when she was mysteriously attacked backstage on SmackDown. For months, everyone wondered who took down the Storm, and following the Elimination Chamber PLE, it became clear. Cargill made her return at the start of the Women's Elimination Chamber match and launched a beatdown on Naomi, making it clear that she was the one who attacked her. On the SmackDown after the Premium Live event, Naomi confessed to her crime. Naomi confessed to being behind Jade Cargill's mystery attack on WWE SmackDown a few months ago. The March 7, 2025 edition of WWE